The Hells Angels, renowned for their notorious reputation, have often been associated with criminal activities and lawlessness. While it's true that certain members have been involved in serious offenses like drug trafficking, assault, and even murder, it would be unfair to label the entire group solely based on these actions. In reality, the Hells Angels encompass a complex tapestry of individuals, many of whom can also be seen as formidable warriors. However, if anyone wants to join the group, they have to follow some of the most brutal, mandatory rules to become a Hells Angels member. Breaking these fundamental tenets carries dire consequences, ranging from expulsion, forcing individuals to abandon everything they know, to even more tragic outcomes where lives are lost. Now, let's see, what are these rules? 1. You have to be voted into the group. Becoming a member of the Hells Angels is no easy feat. Before earning the prestigious title, individuals are referred to as prospects. These prospects undergo a period of initiation where they run errands and prove their loyalty, all in hopes of being voted into the group. It's a rigorous process that can span years, testing both commitment and dedication. Once accepted, however, membership is for life, binding them to the Brotherhood forever. 2. Their vests are treated as sacred. The iconic Hells Angels vest holds deep significance within the club. When a prospect earns full membership, they receive a vest adorned with the infamous logo and their name on the back. The vest is not just a piece of clothing, it's a symbol of honor and integrity. In times of trouble, when a member is arrested, they entrust their vest to a fellow brother, safeguarding it from the taint of jail. Even during emergency medical procedures, every effort is made to protect the vest from any damage, ensuring its sanctity remains intact. 3. They have a dress code. Have you ever wondered how the Hells Angels maintain a distinct image and identity? Well, one key aspect is their dress code. While some chapters have strict rules against wearing shorts, regardless of the scorching heat, others allow blue jeans and camouflage patterns. These color and design codes not only showcase individuality, but also serve as markers to distinguish members based on their respective charters. 4. There's an order that they ride in. When it comes to hitting the road, the Hells Angels follow a specific order. The road captain and charter president take the lead, guiding the group through their journey. Following them, the bikers align themselves based on seniority and rank. Seasoned members occupy positions closer to the front, while newer members follow suit. Finally, the prospects bring up the rear, symbolizing their status within the club. 5. They can't work for a prison. Given the Hells Angels' tumultuous relationship with law enforcement, there are strict rules regarding members' occupations. While in the club, they are prohibited from working in prisons as well as holding positions as police officers. This restriction is rooted in the group's commitment to personal freedom and their insistence on operating by their own rules. Prison guards and law enforcement officers find themselves incompatible with the core principles and values upheld by the Hells Angels. 6. You can't share information about fellow members. Within the tight-knit brotherhood of the Hells Angels, loyalty is of paramount importance. Members are bound by an unspoken code that prohibits them from sharing any information about their fellow brothers. Any betrayal of this trust, such as ratting out a fellow member, carries severe consequences, often leading to expulsion from the club. The Hells Angels make it abundantly clear that questions about their members, even if they are missing, will not be answered. 7. Once a Hells Angel, always a Hells Angel. Joining the ranks of the Hells Angels is a lifelong commitment. Once you become an official member, there is no turning back. Retirement is unheard of within the club, and the only way to leave is by being forcibly expelled for breaking the rules. The charter becomes more than just an organization, it becomes a second family. When a member passes away, the entire brotherhood unites, honoring the memory of their fallen brother, forever cherishing the bond they shared. 8. No talking to the media. Secrecy and discretion are woven into the fabric of the Hells Angels' existence. Consequently, members are strictly prohibited from engaging with the media. Their activities and affairs remain shrouded in mystery, allowing the Brotherhood to operate discreetly away from prying eyes. By maintaining a code of silence, the Hells Angels safeguard their traditions, rituals, and internal affairs from public scrutiny. 9. Harleys only. The Hells Angels have a long-standing tradition. To be a member, you must ride a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. This requirement holds immense value within the club as it signifies a shared identity and a connection to their roots. Riding exclusively on Harleys is a testament to their commitment to the Hells Angels Brotherhood, reinforcing their distinct identity and unwavering pride. 10. They ride thousands of miles a year together. The Hells Angels' love for motorcycles is the unifying force that binds them together. Their website proudly states that they collectively ride approximately 12,000 miles each year. Through countless hours spent on the open road, the Hells Angels forge bonds that surpass mere camaraderie. Their shared passion and unrelenting spirit fuel their journeys, making the miles covered a testament to their unbreakable brotherhood. 11. Show up to club events. Showing up to club events is a fundamental expectation for Hells Angels members. Attendance is not taken lightly, as it serves as a measure of commitment and respect. Members who consistently miss meetings and hangouts convey a lack of understanding and appreciation for the club's values. Such individuals are seen as disrespectful and are unlikely to progress beyond the initial hanging around phase of recruitment. Dedication to attending club events is a vital component of being a true Hells Angel. The Hells Angels form a tight-knit brotherhood with strict rules. Their initiation process, loyalty, and shared experiences create an unbreakable bond as they ride together on the open road.
A police informant whose testimony helped convict drug traffickers, gun smugglers, and members of the Hells Angels.
The FBI takes on the Hells Angels. Agents raiding a North Bay saloon that was a hangout for the notorious biker gang.
Feuding motorcycle clubs have authorities on high alert tonight. We continue tracking Saturday night shooting out of Pawtucket.
The Hells Angels, a notorious motorcycle club, have left their mark on culture as a mysterious and divisive organization. They have both attracted and terrified people because of their distinctive look and violent past. As we dispel their mystique, let's explore the fascinating world of the Hells Angels. In this video, we're going to talk about the sacrifices that have to be made by Hells Angels members. But before we dive right into their sacrifices, let's first understand a little bit about them. The majority of people think that Hells Angels members belong to a criminal group, but the motorcycle gang actually operates as a close-knit brotherhood of Hells Angels. And it does sound fairly great to be riding a Harley-Davidson while sporting a stylish black leather jacket. Gang members are typically shown as having dangerous and unlawful lives and engaging in crimes like drug trafficking, racketeering, and extortion. However, a Hells Angels member's reality may vary depending on their position within the organization, which specific chapters they are a part of, and their distinct situations. Chapter captains and loyalty agreements. Numerous biker organizations and gangs use chapter heads and allegiance agreements. Some Hells Angels members might deal with drug dealers in an underground club to start their day. However, for the bulk of the group, mornings consist of a bowl of cornflakes, a hot cup of coffee, and a conversation with a partner and children, ultimately departing for work in accordance with the law. Several gang members have double lives and share numerous tales. If you search for this information online, stories of children learning about their father's secret background as a Hells Angels biker can be found. To join the Hells Angels, a person must go through a drawn-out and difficult process known as prospecting. Prospects usually go through hazing and are asked to complete various tasks assigned to them by existing members of the team during this time. Prospects must demonstrate their commitment to the team and willingness to engage in unlawful activities. After being found worthy of joining, prospective members are given full membership status. Hells Angels members are required to adhere to strict regulations and standards of behavior. Once a member, they are expected to attend frequent meetings and take part in the club's activities. Gang members are required to adhere to rigorous dress codes and wear attire that bears the Hells Angels logo or colors. Because the A-Gang is sometimes considered a family or way of life, members may develop deep relations, and Hells Angels members frequently take pride in their sense of brotherhood and friendship. While the gang gives many members who may have grown up among bikers a sense of purpose and belonging, a Hells Angels member's life can also be dangerous. Threats could be experienced by risky members. They might also be expected to participate in violent acts to defend the gang's interest or exact retribution on their enemies, whether those enemies are other gangs, the police, or other criminal businesses, maintaining the gang's honor and reputation at all costs. Because of the gang's unlawful operations, members ran the risk of being taken into custody and thrown in prison. It is challenging for Hells Angels and other outlaw motorcycle organizations to avoid trouble because law enforcement agencies all over the world deliberately seek them out. Hells Angels members can also benefit from several perks and incentives. Members of the Hells Angels may have access to exclusive events and parties, receive special discounts at biker bars and other businesses, and enjoy a certain level of respect and influence within the biker community, among other benefits. But their lives are not just parties. Within the gang, there is a rigorous hierarchy, with senior members holding positions of responsibility. Newer members may be required to show respect and deference to their seniors, and if they fail to do so, they might even receive physical punishment. The gang also places a great emphasis on loyalty, and individuals who betray the group or its trade secrets run the risk of facing severe repercussions. It may be necessary to take a loyalty oath, promising to protect the gang's interest and keep its secrets. This other infraction may result in consequences like fines and the expulsion of members, or possibly cause physical injury. The Hells Angels and other illicit motorcycle organizations have recently come under intense scrutiny. Numerous gang members have been detained and found guilty over the years by law enforcement and other organizations. It is also more challenging for the gang to operate in some places as a result of some law enforcement agencies' harsh crackdown on the gang's illegal activities because numerous motorcycle clubs and other businesses have barred their members from experiencing the pride and recognition that come with belonging to a group. Members of the gang, which is another aspect of the Hells Angels lifestyle, usually show pride in their colors and identify as rebels who disobey societal conventions. They may also regard themselves as champions of liberalism. Along with their criminal actions, the Hells Angels support freedom of expression, individualism, and defiance of persecution and conformity. They may also participate in toy drives and other charitable events. Some chapters may help struggling families, while others may support poor children or veterans. These deeds strengthen the gang members' sense of brotherhood and enhance the Hells Angel gang's reputation. Despite the dangers and challenges of the lifestyle, members are committed to the gang for life. However, some members may eventually abandon the gang for a variety of reasons, including individual ones or a wish to cease engaging in illegal activities. Being a member of the Hells Angels gang is a complex experience full of excitement, risk of bonding, and problems. However, quitting the gang can be tough because ex-members may suffer threats or vengeance from their former allies. While some gang members view the sense of belonging and identification the gang offers as a way of life, others embrace it. Entrance into the Hells Angels or any other outlaw motorcycle club is ultimately a serious decision that needs to be carefully considered, as the Hells Angels engage in many sinister activities and others may incur hazards and hardships as a result of their participation, such as crime organizations, drug trafficking, and violence in a variety of crimes, including extortion for money. Gang members may take drugs and develop drug addictions. Laundering and even murder have been linked to them. It may result in legal and health problems. One of the most notorious and deadliest motorcycle gangs in the world, the Hells Angels are well known. As the Hells Angels, they have been involved in several violent incidents, including brawls, shootouts, and bombings to maintain their hold on power and control. Members have a history of misogyny, many use violence and intimidation, and even engage in vigilante justice against anyone they believe to be a threat to the gang's goals. It's possible for some women to join the gang to experience abuse or exploitation, either at the hands of specific gang members or the gang as a whole. Prejudice against women by the gang is also a prison when it comes to leadership and decision-making chances. Along with dangers from rival gangs and the police, Hells Angels members also suffer major health risks. Furthermore, there's a probability that they have a higher likelihood of becoming harmed or dying in altercations or motorcycle crashes. In general, it's crucial to refrain from romanticizing or minimizing the drawbacks of the Hells Angels gang's way of life. There are significant risks and dangers involved, both for the individuals involved and for society as a whole, despite the possibility of camaraderie and pleasure. The Hells Angels represent a perilous and enigmatic society and continue to be a group that is both admired and feared. They have a lasting legacy in popular culture thanks to their status as outlaws and links to organized crime. But it's crucial to understand that a complex narrative exists beneath the infamous image and leather-clad facade. The appeal of the Hells Angels resides in their capacity to instill in individuals who join their ranks a sense of brotherhood, loyalty, and identification. The Hells Angels provide some people with a haven from society's pressures and a close-knit group where friendships made on the open road foster a strong sense of identity. The group's involvement in illegal activity, however, cannot be denied, casting a shadow over its existence and sustaining a reputation for violence and lawlessness. Behind the recognizable symbol are a number of people with various histories and biographies. We must keep in mind that they joined the Hells Angels for a variety of reasons. It is important to address the fact that they are not a single, undifferentiated group. Even though their acts may be debatable and their activities frequently illegal, they are people with unique complexities and nuances as human beings. So, we hope you found this video informative. What are your views on Hells Angels? Do let us know in the comments below. In the secretive world of the Hells Angels, rumors of a disturbing and controversial rule regarding sex have caused a great deal of concern in society. Protected by a strong code of secrecy, this supposed order reveals the hidden side of the infamous biker gang, leaving many curious about the disturbing reality. Does the supposed sex rule provide insight into the confidential practices and traditions within the Hells Angels organization? A covert operative who had successfully joined the notorious biker gang known as the Hells Angels disclosed the club's stringent rules concerning romantic involvements. Jay Dobbins, who is currently 61 years old, went undercover to investigate the Hells Angels for a continuous period of 2 years, from 2001 to 2003, with the intention of revealing the unlawful activities of this notorious gang. He began to assume the identity of a person named Jay Davis or Jaybird. He received an invitation to join the group and decided to trick them by pretending to have conflicting roles, acting as both someone who sells guns and someone who collects debts. Finally, he arrived at the branch located in Mesa, Arizona. He rapidly discovered that there were no special cases or justifications when it came to the stringent regulations that all members were required to adhere to regarding participating in romantic relationships with female members of the group. He shared sensitive information in a video interview with Insider, stating, "There is a ranking system among the women in the group. Some of the older women in the group are quite unique as they are either spouses or partners of the members, and you are not permitted to engage in flirtatious behavior with them. If you are caught showering romantic interest in someone who is already in a committed relationship, you will be required to pay a substantial sum of money." Dobbins made it crystal clear that there was no skin off his nose if motorcyclists had a roll in the hay with the same lady more than once, and that the bikers were as free as a bird to sleep around with whomever they pleased. He went on to explain that ladies were often passed from one member to another like a hot potato. How disgusting! But let us tell you that that's not all of it. Stay tuned to get more insider information. After a deadly showdown between the Hells Angels and their arch-rivals, the Mongols Motorcycle Club, Operation Black Biscuit was set in motion, and Dobbin went undercover as a wolf in sheep's clothing to gather intel on the gang. Dobbin's infiltration of the Hells Angels was investigated because of the group's association with violent criminal operations. During the investigation, it was discovered that Dobbin had faked drug transactions and staged the murder of an opposing gang member using blood and guts purchased from the butcher shop. Dobbins revealed that during his time in the Hells Angels inner circle, he was made aware of stricter regulations regarding how members interacted with one another, with severe consequences for violators. Dobbins claims that he betrayed his family by prioritizing the undercover investigation over protecting his loved ones, but he has continued to talk about the operation even after retiring. Apparently, he is not the only person to have tried to investigate the Hells Angels. Another, even more interesting investigation was conducted as a result of Joshua O'Brien, and let's just say that things did not end well for him. Detectives quote O'Brien as saying, "If you want love and thugs, go to the Rocky Mountain chapter. If you want guns and drugs, go to the Denver chapter." The Hells Angels legal team claimed the prosecution's case relied on the evidence of a man who was wanted for drug possession, auto theft, and failing to appear in court at the time of the hearing. O'Brien reportedly confessed to police that he had once abandoned his family for the Hells Angels. The arrest complaint cites a Hells Angels rule that stipulates its members are forbidden from helping the police in any way as justification for the arrest. On the evening of June 28, 2019, O'Brien assumed that everyone else was as terrified as he was. His story to the police was that he was attacked by Hell's Angels at a haunted stash house and had to escape after being fired at and stabbed. Within the mysterious world of the Hell's Angels, the puzzling sex rule remains a perplexing presence, raising numerous uncertainties.